Hello, I am Kim with Satisfied as She, and I am gonna read from Women's of the Bible, and this is a beautiful book from the Daily Grace Company, and it's all about how the women of the Bible relate to Jesus and how they represent, how Jesus is supposed to be in our lives. Now, we stopped at Rachel. So I'm just going to start reading at Rachel. She's located in Scripture in Genesis 29 through 31. The date it says of her story is 1906 BC, and the locations she lived is Haran and Canaan. Excuse me. It was a typical day, just like any other. Rachel, a shepherdess, was on her way to water her sheep. But while at the well, Rachel had an encounter that would change her life forever. Jacob, a distant relative and Rachel's future husband, was waiting at the well. He was on the run from his brother and wanted to stay with her father, Laban. After meeting Rachel, Jacob fell in love. Rachel was beautiful and Jacob wanted to marry her, but he had no dowry. So Jacob promised to work for Rachel's father for 7 years in order to earn her hand in marriage. But on the wedding day, Laban played a trick on Jacob. After hosting a large wedding feast, Laban gave Jacob her older sister, Leah, to marry instead. Under the veil of darkness, Jacob consummated the marriage to Leah. But when he found out the next morning about the deception, he was furious. Can you imagine? Even so, Jacob longed to marry Rachel so badly that he committed to work for another 7 years so that he could marry her too. For 14 years, Jacob worked in order to earn Rachel's hand in marriage. But to Jacob, these years seemed like only a few days because of his love for her. In Genesis 29 and 20. While the love story between Jacob and Rachel captured our hearts, Rachel's story is also quite complex. Rachel experienced manipulations by her father, a rivalry with her sister, and trouble getting pregnant. She even became so desperate for children that she gave her husband to her servant to sleep with. Genesis 30 and 3. And who does that sound like? Sarah. She was not perfect. Genesis 31 and 34. But God had great mercy on her, allowing her sons to form part of the 12 tribes of Israel and play a major role in God's redemptive story for his people. Many years later, another groom would also come for the redemption of his bride. Jesus left the perfection of heaven to come to earth and pursue his bride, which is the church. He endured hardships, betrayals, and beatings. Yet he spent his life teaching, pursuing, and loving those around him. And he paid the greatest price, dying on the cross in order to set his bride free from sin and darkness. Rachel's story reminds us of God's extravagant love for women, displayed through Jacob's love for his wife. God not only redeems men and women, but also to forgive them from their sins. I think I read that wrong. God came not only to redeem men and women, but also to forgive them for their sins. No, I read it right. And amazingly, this love story between Jacob and Rachel is only a minuscule foreshadowing of God's love for us. Because God has loved us, we can joyfully follow our beloved wherever he leads us, knowing that he will take care of us, His love will never fail us. The love story between Jacob and Rachel is only a minuscule foreshadowing of God's love for us. God bless you all.